When launching Rainbow Six Siege, the player is given an important choice, whether to actually play the game or quit in disgust and do something more productive with their lives. I would know. But beyond that, they're given another choice, whether to launch the game with the DirectX or Vulcan API, and with both having their own strengths and weaknesses, what's actually the best option here when it comes to performance? And the answer is, like all things Ubisoft related, kind of messy. Because on my personal system, starring a Ryzen 7950X and an RTX 4080 at 4K at ultra settings, Vulcan definitely has a clear advantage. But the lead gets so much wider at 1440p and 1080p that I actually had to rerun all these results several times just to triple check that it's actually correct. But yeah, Vulcan is actually giving such a huge lead here. However, of course, everyone runs different systems on different settings, so to vary this a bit, I decided to ask the 3 people that still were talking to me to see exactly how their games perform on their personal systems. Jake with his 11700 and RTX 3070 Ti definitely saw an advantage towards DirectX at 1080p Ultra. Miles, a fresh new member of Runner World, did however see better results with Vulcan on his 13600K and 3060. But this is at 1080p Ultra with render scaling set to 50, so that's already confusing enough. But let's add something else in the mix. One thing that's always said about Vulcan is that it allegedly performs better on lower spec systems. So let's take it to the maximum with Cam's Ryzen 5825U mobile chip running with integrated graphics. And here at 1080p high settings we get the exact same results, though surprisingly with some higher minimum and maximum frame rates for DirectX. So then, that whole exercise was kind of pointless. Yes, the results really are that all over the place, even if there are some common themes. For example, the Vulcan results usually feature lower GPU usage versus a DirectX counterpart, which can definitely bring some benefits if you are, for example, multitasking. So, the best way to know is to just do it yourself, because it really does differ depending on the PC and settings used. So just run both yourself and see exactly what's better for you and your PC. And definitely make sure to submit your results down below so you can just build this giant repository of all these various system specs and benchmark runs so you can truly get a better picture of what's going on here. However, the story doesn't end there, because the Vulcan version of the game actually has a couple of exclusive features, including NVIDIA Reflex, which should decrease the game's overall latency, which, especially in an FPS, should give a noticeable advantage, though in practice it's far from noticeable. Another thing exclusive to Vulcan is upscaling, or rather upscaling that's a lot more advanced than what Ubisoft already has natively. With Vulcan, you can access DLSS, FSR 1.0 and FSR 2.0? Wait, what? Why are they even giving us the outdated FSR 1.0 option when the newer and better in every single way 2.0 is literally there? This whole section is a bit of a mess. Yes, the upscalers in Vulcan are already very outdated, but that's far from the only problem with this version of Rainbow Six. For example, a lovely bug includes the fact that if you run the game in full screen at 4K, the adaptive render scaling limits you to just 1440p regardless. The only way to fix that is to play in borderless, but then according to the game you get locked down to just 60Hz, even if your display can manage more. But then interestingly, it only appears to be a GUI-sided issue, because running the game it does run much smoother than just 60Hz. Ubisoft, you never fail to disappoint. Like, I'm actually genuinely impressed with them that when we launched the Skull and Bones beta recently, the game just didn't crash the second we attempted to do anything. So congrats there, Ubisoft. Now obviously a lot of those things are just bugs and weird issues that will probably improve and change over time. And something else that will probably improve over time is this very channel if you support it on Patreon, because even a single $1 a month truly goes a long way. Plus huge thanks to Gavin Burns, Justin Rage, Ella Froniak, Bartosz Vulcan, Not a Pseudonym, Meg Sumner, Shane Allcroft, Lansby, and Level Up. But anyway, that's about it, so I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, then remember to subscribe, like, whatever, and I'll see you all in whatever I make next. Goodbye everyone. Goodbye.